What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video will be a complete layout tour and facts, so let's get into the video. This layout here in front of us is an L-shaped layout. It consists of 5 tracks, 3 of which are Lionel Fast Track, 1 is MTH Real Tracks, and 1 is Atlas. The Atlas track is 42 or 48 curves. The Real Tracks is 31. The track next to the Real Tracks, which is Fast Track, is 48. And then I have an 060 and an 036 loop of Fast Track. As you guys can see, the camera's turning over to the post-war layout. That is 2 simple 036 loops. This layout has Lionel Legacy and is also conventionally controlled. The conventionally controlled is for more of my MTH, and the Legacy is obviously for my Lionel locomotives. I'm hoping to get an MTH system soon to run my MTH locomotives, so let's get into the layout. So that picture you just saw was taken about right here. That was the layout in its previous state before I added any of the other 2 platforms. It all started with this platform. This platform originally consisted of an 036 loop and an 031 loop. All I ran was 2 simple Pennsylvania locomotives because that's all I had, because I previously had another layout. So I only was running like 2 or 3 trains. I wasn't expecting to do anything major until I had huge electric problems and water was getting into the previous layout. I moved everything over to this area, and this is what kicked it off. It was 2 conventional loops made into what it is today. So nowadays, this layout or this platform consists of 2 loops, like I said. One is an 036 loop, and one is now 048. The 048 loop mainly runs my Strasbourg setup, my Norfolk Southern SD60E, I believe it is, first responders, and my 611 setup, which is now very amazing looking. The middle loop really only runs my 3 Pennsylvania locomotives, 2 of which are not currently with me. One of them are here. That's really all that runs into this loop. This loop does consist of a switch that goes through the main town, which the main town does have lights that light up the layout. It has 2 tunnels. One is on the outside track, one is on the inside track. The outside track, as you can see, does house a switch, but is very rarely used because the switches and the track is 036. All my main locomotives or newer locomotives run on 048 or higher. The picture you just saw was taken about here. That was the first expansion of the layout. That used to be a 2-track layout, which gave me 4 tracks. The outside loop was 060, the middle was 036. Now there are 3 loops. The outside is still 060, the farthest inside is 036, and then the middle is Atlas, which is 042. The main attraction of this part is the mountain. The mountain is not perfect yet. I'm still working on it. The top of the mountain will hold a dirt driveway and dirt parking lot, little area for cars to park for the little cabin, and will hold a bunch of trees on the top. And then obviously the bottom of the mountain, you don't see the inside because it's a mountain. But 2 tracks run on the inside of the mountain, and 1 train can go through the mountain in the center line. There's a switch in the back, and there's also a switch in the front. This also will have a main road going through the main part of it, which will also house a bunch of town homes or houses. It'll also hold a train station right in the front here. And it will also have probably the rest of the Christmas tree place. That will be like a local Christmas tree place where families can come and get their Christmas trees for their years. And then probably closer to the back corner here will be a small little tiny farm. So that consists of that area. And last, for the main layout, that photo consisted of this area right here. This is the second stage of the expansion. Originally, we weren't going to expand anymore, but I needed more space, and I was like, why don't we expand? So we ended up taking the layout from the original first expansion all the way to the wall, which is how I always wanted it, but this expansion took the outside loop and brought it all the way down, and now it goes all the way up and meets the original spot that it hit. Only this time, it's not as steep going up. It's more of a gradual climb up. Now, in the back corner is the newest part of it. This is actually a new mountain that I've been working on this week. Now you may be asking what happened to the track that was in the back corner. It's actually inside the mountain. Half of it's outside and half of it will be inside the mountain. The main points, of this layout won't only be the downtown area that once I get the buildings for, I will start working on. That won't just be the main part of the layout that I wanted this spot to be. The main spots on this part of the layout will be the engine facility, which will house 2 engine stalls, one for the big boy, the future Strasburg 90 that'll be coming, the CSX unit that I have behind the big boy right now, any locomotive that will fit on this track can be housed in this area. Not only that, it also has a storage track off to the left. Like I said, that goes in the mountain. That switch is an 030 switch, or I should say an 036 switch, and then I have 2 060 switches. One is a left-handed and one is a right-hand. The right hand veers it off just a little bit, just so I can have a little extension come down this, and then obviously the left hand will bring you either left or straight, depending on which way you want to go. Now, the second main point of this part that I wanted to emphasize is the train station. I have a MTH train station. I wanted it front and center. I lifted it up a little bit to meet the track. I also went and used the design Eric's Trains did on his roads, only a little bit different, and I did a parking lot with that. This train station uses inspiration from the train station, and unfortunately is not in use anymore, but was able to be kind of turned into a area where you can go and watch trains go by and stuff like that. For example, the caboose sitting there, that was inspired by the train station down there, which that is also lit. Most of the layout will be lit, and I will also show you videos of the layout when the lights are off. But this is the main point that I wanted to emphasize. I wanted to emphasize the train station. It's supposed to be the grand part of the layout. Everybody comes here, they get on the train, and they go. So that is the main tour of the main layout. Like I said, this layout is an L-shaped layout consisting of 5 tracks. Conventional and Legacy ran. Hopefully soon DCS also. Okay, so this is the corner I like to call the conventional quarter. This holds all my conventional locomotives. Pre-war, post-war, MPC, anything conventional is ran on this part of the layout. The outside loop is a basic 036 loop, with the inside being an 036 loop with 2 switches. This is all post-war NPC stuff, from the switches, the tunnel, to the Plasticville houses, which are all lit, which you'll see in a little bit. It's just an amazing area to just be able to put a train on the track and run it. It is ran conventionally. Like I said, there's no special things ran. And this is basically here because eventually my layout will be completely Lionel Legacy and DCS, TIU, all the good stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for this layout. So let's get into what the layout looks like at night and what I have on my shelves and what I have currently on my layout. Okay, so real quick, what do I have on my shelves and what do I have on my layout? Well, on the outside 060 loop of my layout, I have the Big Boy and my Lionel Legacy CSX. Those are the two locomotives I run on that one. Usually I'm running them together. The middle loop on this platform, I run my MTH Protosound 3, which was originally Protosound 1, but was upgraded to Protosound 3. Norfolk and Western 611 with what are now streamlined Pennsylvania cars. I couldn't find NW ones, so I went with Pennsylvania. The middle line, as of right now, is holding my mom's Philadelphia Eagles train, which seems to be surprisingly a decent hit among you guys. So I thought I'd get that on the layout for the layout running session that's coming up soon. And then on this side is my Pennsylvania locomotive, which actually isn't mine. It's my uncle's. My two are out. We're supposed to be getting fixed, but unfortunately cannot be fixed. And then the outside loop is holding my Strasburg 8618, which will eventually go with my Strasburg 90 that's on the way. And then what is on my shelves? Well, the top one is my grandfather's very first Lionel train that got it all started in the first place. And then the second shelf is holding my very first Rail King set that was mine, which is my CSX. And then the third shelf down is my sister's Pennsylvania, which unfortunately you will not see run. It is deader than dead. It will not run. And then on the fourth shelf is my cousin's train, which is one of my uncle's. And then the first large shelf here, let me get down. This is my friend's K-Line. This is on loan to me for a little bit because he has nowhere to run it. So I was like, I'll take it for now. I'll run it, put it on my shelf. That is one that runs on the conventional layout. And then on the second big shelf is my MTH Premier SD60E, honoring first responders. And it's an amazing train. And then on the shelf under that is my post-war locomotive that's identical to my grandfather's, which is holding my 2020 tender. And in front of that is my very broken Thomas. And then if we come to the right here, on the top shelf is my Polar Express, my 2020. And then on the bottom shelf is the Polar Express cars. And then the middle shelf is two MPC, I believe, era diesels. And then on this track is my uncle's train, my very first train, which is my Santa Fe. And then this is, I don't remember exactly, but this unfortunately does not run anymore. So that is it for the locomotives that I have on the layout and have on the shelf. Now let's give you guys a little hint of what the layout looks like at night. To end the video off, I'm going to come over here and turn off the lights and show you guys what the layout looks like at night. So not much is lit over here other than the engine shed. But as we go down, you can see the American flag is lit up. The caboose is usually, there we go. Caboose lights up. The train station lights this area up beautifully. But as we go down, you can start to see houses lit up. You can see the little Cherry Hill thing lit up. the house, the church, the Christmas tree shop, and even the little house on the top is lit up. But the part that a lot of people love is the Christmas village, is like what I like to call it. This all is lit up except for one house, which the light unfortunately is burned out of. Actually, now I see two houses that the lights are burned out of, I think. But this part is beautiful. It attracts a lot of people, and a lot of people love it. But if I turn the camera behind me, I mentioned the post-war setup is all lit up too. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful. I love, love, love the way this looks, and it's just beautiful with the lights off. Now, you get the full feeling when it's dark outside, it's nighttime. You get to really see what it looks like, but you still get a decent look when the lights are off and it's sunny outside. Unfortunately, I do have a little window, but I still get the effect during the day. So that is officially the end of the video. Let's head into the outro. Here with the lights back on. I know this was a little long video, and I know I was talking a lot in the video, but I wanted to show you kind of the layout throughout the years. I wouldn't really say it's a layout tour. I know I called it a layout tour. It's more of the layout through the years. Through the first platform to the second to the third to the fourth. This is what the layout is in its current state, and it's not stopping. It will continue to get better as my techniques get better, as I can buy more things. And I want to deeply apologize for the huge gap I took during the summer. I know I stated I was going to post more, but unfortunately throughout the summer, as I graduated high school, I'm now moving into college years, which will take 4 years of my time. I hope to get as many videos as I can during that year, but now that the stress is kind of out and I got all my stuff ready, I'm going to get as many videos out before I go to college. Fortunately, I'm commuting. I am not dorming. I live like 30 minutes away from the college where I'm at, but like 15 from my mom's. Maybe 20. I haven't really done much, but so I'll be at the layout after school, but I'll be doing work. Whenever I get a chance to, I will. But that is why I haven't been posting. So, as you can see, I've posted here and there. But without further ado, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys enjoyed my content and you want to see more, feel free to hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. And if you like the video, I know I talked a lot once again, but if you like the video, seeing the layout through the progress of start to finish, or start to where it's at now, it's nowhere near complete, hit the like button. And if you have any ideas on how I could do the mountains or add stuff here and there, leave a comment down below. It would be much appreciated. Any help I can get to make this layout as best as I can. Without further ado, I'm going to end the video here. This took a very decent amount of my time to film. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.